Green pocillopora. This is the perfect coral for if you're first getting into the hobby, because it's the easiest SPS in my tank. It's not an acropora, it's a pocillopora. So it's a little bit different family, and it's a lot easier to keep. The polyps on it, as you can see, are awesome. They're very flowy, very large. The video here just doesn't do it any justice. I really should try to take a top down and see if I can get a better view. But it's so far down in my tank, I'm probably not going to get it. That's why I'm not going to do that. Anyhow, the polyps, they will eat. I mean, I don't feed any of my acros. If I do, it's a rare occasion, and I'm just showing off. And any of my SPS, I don't feed anything. They just collect the nutrients from the tank. They eat fish poop. The phosphates and nitrates, they uptake these things just like plants do. There's algae that grows inside these, and they feed the coral. It's the easiest way to put it. Some people do consider this a nuisance coral. They do spread very well if you know how to grow coral, or if you are currently growing coral. How I think they spread, a lot of people claim they spawn. I don't think they spawn. I don't think corals spawn in captivity, period. I will show you my theory. I think when you cut the corals, they drop a bunch of polyps like crazy. Now, unfortunately, when I cut my Walt Disney, my Pikachu, my Wolverine, all my other acros, they don't drop polyps the way this thing does. I really hope I can catch some good footage of this, because it's really interesting. That's one of the most interesting things about this coral, is how it spreads. Oh, there goes fish poop right now. Anyhow, the polyps will catch that fish poop and eat it. But we'll get to that later as far as the polyp bailout, or the polyp, not that's the wrong term, the polyp falling out when I frag the thing. But I will show you how it becomes a nuisance. Look, I have colonies growing here. I have 3 different colonies growing here. The stuff's just growing all over the place, okay? To me, I think it's a great problem. What you do, you just take the stuff, you drop it off at the local fish store. When you buy something, they'll give you a good discount, or they'll just pay you and give you store credit, which is what mine does. Usually for a coral like this, they're not overly excited to get, so I give them huge chunks. And then that way, they're like, oh yeah, I'll pay for this, and then, I get some free LRS Reef Frenzy, and they get some great beginner corals. And I mean, that's 99% of the people in the fish store are going to be beginners. So that's why. So I like it anyhow. That's why I like this coral. All right, yeah, it grows quick. It's a cauliflower type growing coral. It'll grow in low light. It'll grow in high light. In my tank, it spreads all over the place. So don't ever think that. I mean, look, this thing's like darn near in a cave. It's as close as it can get on the very bottom of my tank to zero light. It's just, don't think that it's not growing well because of light. It's always, in my opinion, water quality when things go downhill. So that's my 2 cents. Now let me show you this this polyp thing I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm gonna reach my hand down there and frag this thing off the rock. Hopefully you guys see it's trillion polyps fly everywhere.